Hello everyone, this is Priyanka, and today we have with us Ms. Devanshi Shukla. And let me tell you a couple of things about Devanshi. So Devanshi has secured All India rank 27 in CLAT 2021, and yesterday we had ALET results with us, and she has again created another milestone for her, which is All India rank 11 in ALET exam. Another thing to her credit that she has scored 98.19 percentile in the LSAT India. So Devanshi, AIR 27 in CLAT, AIR 11 in ALET, and 98.19 in LSAT. How does it feel at the end?
It's extremely overwhelming, and like I still can't believe this is a reality. It just feels like a dream because this is something I've been wanting for a very, very long time, and now it's finally here. It's very unbelievable. It's unreal.
Okay. Since I know a little bit about your journey, and I would want to take you a little to the in kind of flashback. So if I remember last year, CLAT 2020, you were AIR 665 in CLAT 2020, and you were AIR 89 in ALET. And so I think the ranks have improved immensely in this last 1 year, and also leaving those at that particular point of time, I think that's been a very brave decision. So would you like to share something about that, leaving a college last year and then preparing single-mindedly for whatever college you're aiming for?
Right. Definitely, it was very scary at first, but thankfully, I had my parents and you to support me. And I know, I mean, I always wanted a particular thing for myself, Bangalore, because it's the best law school in the country. And I thought that I could really hone my skills there well and, have a better exposure to certain things, which I don't think would have been possible had I gone to the college I was getting last time. And more than anything, it was a very personal choice. So as soon as I got my result, which was very unexpected, because I wouldn't say that I was not prepared last year, but yes, things went wrong. They didn't go my way, and I missed NLU Delhi also by a very small margin, I think 0.75 marks. So it was very, very disheartening. But I just thought to myself that even if you give it one more year, and what if things actually go your way, then and I think it was a lot of credit goes to my mom, because as soon as we saw our result, it was like, it's fine if you want to take it, but I would suggest that you give it another year. It's not a big deal, and just go all in. And I definitely had a lot of people to support me: my mom, my dad, my brother,
Right.
and you, and my friend Karthik Bhaiya. So yeah.
Right. So if we want to understand your journey, that if we want to understand your preparation strategy, how different it was from earlier, or what differently things you have done in this particular 1 year that has given you this kind of success.
Right. I think the biggest difference was mocks. I did not give a lot of mocks last year. This year, I made sure that I gave a lot of mocks. In fact, in the last month, I gave one mock every day. So that would prepare me for the mindset I need to have while writing the paper, which is very, very important. I think, preparing for CLAT is important, but since it's an aptitude-based test, there's it's also very important that you have the right mindset while giving the paper. So giving a lot of mocks helped me with that. And apart from that, this year I had a lot of peers which helped me in my process. Like, we had a group where we used to study together. And I think that was very helpful, because it gives you a lot of confidence, and it connects you with people who are in the same place as you are. And I think that is also very important.
Yes, probably you guys are in sailing in the same boat. You can understand the challenges.
Right,
So,
right. And if one prepares, if there are 3, 4, or 5, even 5 people who are preparing together, you tend to cover a lot of stuff, and in a fun way. So it doesn't get monotonous, which I did not do last time. So I think that was one of the reasons I could not study in the lockdown, because it had become very monotonous, and I think I had a burnout. So maybe, yeah.
okay. So CLAT has become a very reading oriented paper.
Right.
So were you into reading from before, or you picked up reading this year? If you want to share something about that.
No, I've always been into reading. I've always liked to read, I always like reading books. And in fact, I used to read the newspaper as well before I started preparing for CLAT. But CLAT isn't just about reading, it's about reading and comprehending what you're reading. So it's very important that you practice a lot of questions. And even if you're not into reading, it's fine because, you have to read and comprehend. So like you can not read a lot of books and still comprehend well and answer the questions which are being asked. So yeah.
Okay. So that's about CLAT. Now let's talk a little bit about ALET and All India Rank 11 in ALET. And so, any specific thing that you've done for ALET, or or did you maintain parallel preparation for both of these papers? Because they're slightly different in flavors, CLAT and ALET.
Right. So as I said, I've been preparing since 11th grade, and I was very well prepared for the old pattern. So I think that helped me with my ALET. And apart from that, I think you were always there to like make me study for ALET. That Devanshi, this is your paper, because those were some of the skills which I really liked, like analytical reasoning and math. So I think my entire ALET credit goes to you, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have studied for ALET or given any mocks for that matter. So yeah.
So, any point of advice or suggestion that you want to give somebody who's looking at preparing for or starting his preparation for next year, or maybe the year after, that is 22 or 23? What are the few basics things that they can start working on?
Okay, so I think if someone is starting right now, and first suggestion would be to just start reading the newspaper. It's very important that one reads the newspaper every day. It covers 4 sections: English, logical reasoning, legal, and GK. And apart from that, it makes you aware about what's happening in the society, which I think is very important for a lawyer. And not even a lawyer, it's very important for every citizen to know what's happening around them. So reading the newspaper is like CLAT 101. And apart from that, I would suggest that start solving reading comprehension questions with a timer. So that would help you with CLAT, because CLAT is entirely based on reading comprehension. So solving a lot of questions with a timer and keeping a check on your accuracy is very important. And apart from that, I would suggest that a lot of people tend to leave math, quantitative aptitude, because they think that it's just a 15 mark section. But I think that's the make or break section, because it gives you the edge. And apart from that, it's not that difficult for CLAT, because there are just a few topics that you need to prep on. And I think then math is very it's very doable. So, and it helps you.
That was going to be my next question, and you have answered it. I was about to ask you that I think quite 75 to 80% aspirants in law exams, they leave maths at the beginning.
Yeah.
Whereas that particular section, whatever, even if 15 marks, they give you some kind of surety for the answers.
And surety, and like it makes a lot of difference between universities, or getting a university or not getting a university. So I think
right. So how essential are like mocks? How integral would be mocks to any preparation of any successful candidate? Because a couple of times people think, let us finish the course, then we'll start attempting mocks, or if they don't get marks in mocks as per their what they're expecting, they stop giving mocks. They get disheartened.
Right. Yeah. I think I've experienced all of it. But I think firstly about the completing the preparation part. So CLAT is an aptitude-based paper. There is no particular course. It's not like your 12th grade exam where you can just learn a lot of stuff and just focus on rote learning and mugging it up and going and writing the answers in the paper. It's an aptitude-based paper. So I think mock prepares you very well, because for an aptitude based paper, it's very important that you have the practice and practice in the time frame. Because if I give a CLAT paper to someone, it's very easy for them to solve it if I give them like 4 hours.
Right.
But then to solve that particular paper in 2 hours, that is where the game starts. So I think giving mocks is very important. And I gave a lot of mocks. And about the low scores, so I think getting low scores in mocks, like I used to take it very personally initially. That and you know that because
I'm a witness to that.
Yes, I used to be that also, which I'll not mention. And so I used to be like, okay, what's happening? And if I'm not getting a good score in a mock. But then after a particular point of time, I stopped taking it personally. And in fact, if I did not get a good score in a mock, I would in fact be very happy that there is a lot of stuff which I can learn and improve myself further. So I think that is the mindset which one should have. It's very easy for me to say because I attained that mindset after giving a lot of mocks. But then for someone who's just starting out, I would just suggest that if you're not getting a good score, it's fine. Even I had a lot of bad mocks. But what's important is that you sit and analyze it nicely and improve yourself further.
I remember, every alternate week there used to be some pep talks.
Yes.
Yes. So that's and I guess that's what a kid needs to understand, that there are going to be highs and lows. So if there are highs, there's certainly going to be few lows, and all we need to make sure that there's an upward and consistent graph. Overall, if we look at it, yes.
More than that, everyone has their own trajectory. I mean, for me, I did not do it in the first attempt, but it's fine. I prepared harder and I did it in the second attempt. For someone, it's easier. They can prepare for a month and do it. But it's important that everyone realizes that everyone has their own pace. And what's important is to not give up. So, yeah.
So, Devanshu, let's quickly do a section which is like 3 of the best 3, or, 3 of everything. So the 3 study hacks that you would recommend to any future aspirant.
Write a lot of mocks, form a peer group, and have a GK diary. I think that's very important.
Since it's the era of technology and everyone is, having a kind of, everyone has a smartphone, and with smartphone comes a lot of interesting apps. So any 3 study apps that you would say are an integral part of your preparation?
Right. Magoosh, the vocabulary app, very important. Telegram, because it connected me to a lot of aspirants and a lot of material which is available. And apart from that, I would say InShots, because it keeps you aware about what's happening in the world very quickly. So, yeah.
Okay. 3, your study partners who have helped you actually in your journey.
Study partners, or someone who's helped me.
Yeah.
I don't think I can cover that in 3, but I'll still name everyone I can remember. My mom, my dad, my brother Yash, my friend, mentor, brother Kartik Bhaiya, you, of course, and my peers, I think Shweta, Sukarm, and Adya, Shivang, and a lot of them. So yeah, everyone, thank you.
Okay. Cliche question, but 3 things which constantly motivated you in last year for NLS or for securing this fantastic rank.
I don't need 3 reasons. It's just because it's NLS. It's the best law school in the country. That's something which kept me going. Also, I did have a photo of NLS as my wallpaper. So
is it?
Yeah, I did. And I mean, I removed it after a while because I got too overwhelmed. But I think I had it for a very long time. But then at the end, I was like, yeah, let's make something else my wallpaper, because, it would stress me out, because if I don't get in, then it would be very disheartening. But I did have it throughout my prep, at least in the last year.
I think NLS, being NLS is the sole reason that sums it up.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of, subsidiary reasons as well. Firstly, it's NLS. Then it has the best faculty. It has the best alumni base. and it has the best, you'll be studying with the best minds. So
Absolutely.
and I think it's something which I've learned through my CLAT prep is that you learn a lot from your peer interaction, and
Mhm.
I wish to continue that in my college as well. So
A lot of students worry constantly about GK. So if you could sum it up, three effective sources to study GK.
effective sources, the Hindu newspaper first and foremost, Manthan, because it covers everything and it's very important. In fact, a lot of stuff asked this year was from Manthan itself.
Oh,
So yeah, I remember reading all of it in Manthan and discussing it with my group also. And that's one of the reasons. So we used to have these mnemonics or ways to remember. So I still
okay.
remember that Mujibur Rahman was, I mean, he
Mhm.
passed away on 15th August
Mhm.
in 1975, I think.
Right.
So I still remember we made it that he passed away on our Independence Day. So, and when I saw that question, I was like, oh, crazy that, it actually came.
Right. There's one question that came to my mind and that you mentioned in your study hacks also, and I see students tend to overlook it,
Yeah.
and they think, since we have PDFs available, we have notes available, how important it is to have a GK diary. Because a couple of students miss out and they think it's not
Very
useful to
important.
write GK or to make your own notes.
No, I think it's very important. I did not do it in my first attempt. I thought I'll just rely on PDFs and all of this. But I think once you start writing down things, then you tend to remember them well. And apart from that, I think it's very important that you're aware that you studied something, and having a GK diary helps you with that. And apart from that, making daily notes, you don't miss out on anything. So I think that is having a GK diary is very important.
So Devanshi, since we have been in a home since last 1 year, and even if we were, the lockdown was not there, there was limited movement, and so there's been pressure of being at home and studying for an exam, and so how did you dealt with that? How did you, what things would help you to de-stress yourself or to just to uh, kind of pep you up for this dealing with this entire environment or this kind of a thing.
Right. So I think being in a pandemic is definitely, it's pathetic. People, I mean, it's very hard to watch, someone have COVID and then a lot of people have passed away. Especially the second wave was very disturbing. But one of the boon is that you get to be with your family. So while I was like there, so while I was preparing, my brother was also here, and I think we used to talk a lot, and play. He used to help me prepare with a lot of things, and for CLAT as well. We used to discuss GK, and we would like analyze mocks together, even though he's not from a legal background. But he
Okay.
would still be there for me. So I think that, and my dog Enzo, he is the best, and he helped me throughout. And it's just very nice to have someone like I did. And I think apart from that, as I mentioned, my peer group, very, very important. Because you interact with people who have very similar problems. And I think I've had this discussion with them many times, that we just call each other and be like, okay, what's happening? It's very depressing to be locked in one room. So even though you're locked in one room, it's like using the internet, you can actually reach out to a lot of people. And I think that is also very important. And apart from that, just talking to people who are already in law school, or like, for example, I had my mentor Karthik Bhaiya, who's also a friend. So just talking to him, and he helped me de-stress. And sometimes I would come to the center as well. So
Right.
and there you would be there, so we would just talk about my preparation and what to do.
And
So I think
sometimes only the random stuff.
very random stuff. So I think that is also one thing which is very important, that you interact with people and not isolate yourself.
So how important it is to have a plan B. Most of the people have a plan A and they are focused on that, which is very good. But do you think it's important to have a plan B as well?
Yes, I had a plan B. LSAT was my plan B. And I think a lot of people have SLAT, MHCT, which gives you,
Mhm.
which is a gateway to a lot of amazing colleges. So I think the most important part about having a plan B is that it tends to like cut down the stress that you have on one exam. Because what if the CLAT doesn't go your way? What if that day isn't yours? Or what if
Right.
you're not well on that day? So it's extremely important that you have a plan B. You're just what if you don't make it, and then you end up with having no college, which is a very stressful thought. So I think it's very important to have a plan B. For me, it was my plan A was of course CLAT, plan B was ALET, plan C was LSAT, and there are a lot of other good options like SLAT, which gives you admission to Symbiosis, and MHCT, which gives you admission to the government law colleges in Maharashtra. And I think it's very important that you have certain plan B so that you're actually not stressing a lot. Another thing which de-stressed me was this.
So, any plans for the future? What you're going to do after law? Have you thought about it, or it's just you want to explore things in law school?
I mean, there is certainly something which I've had in my mind since I think I was in fourth grade, which is I wanted to work for the United Nations. And I think law is the most amazing field to contribute to the society. But I think apart from that, I just want to go to law school with an open mind and explore as many areas of law as I can, and in turn with a lot of in a lot of different fields. And I think then I would be a better judge of what I want to do. But definitely, like my ultimate goal is to work for the United Nations, which is a childhood dream.
Yeah, and that sounds amazing. You know, working for UN.
Yes.
Right, Devanshi. So all the best for NLS, Devanshi, and I'm
Thank
sure,
you.
as far as I know, you have already made a lot of friends.
Yes.
So this is probably,
These are friends
yeah.
yeah, we prepare together. So it's like
Um,
we have conversations like, is this real? And which makes it like a very chilled out, I would say, because NLS, I've heard a lot of things that it's very hectic. Plus, there's this legacy attached that you have to do well there. So I think this gives me a lot of reassurance that there will be people I can,
yes, there are already people in that campus whom you can count upon.
yes, I can count on
They
them.
have
So
been your support system, and to sum it up, as I can judge from speaking to you, that I think it's the entire ecosystem that
right.
works behind, the
Yes,
curtains, I
definitely.
would say.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
mean, prepping is, I think, it's 50% preparation, 50% mental,
right.
mindset, not mental mindset, but like a mindset which you have. So, I think it's very important that apart from preparing, you focus on your on the kind of mindset you want to have for that day. And I think interacting with people helps you with that and keeps you strong mentally.
Right.
And I think, yeah.
I think mental well-being, as you've shared, because not just for this exam and owing to the times that we are in.
Right.
I think,
I think another thing for CLAT prep, which I did for this year, the CLAT preparation, was that I focused on becoming a better version of myself. So, I focused on improving my reading, which is very important for a lawyer. I focused on improving my skills and I focused on my physical well-being as well. So I think no, just preparing for CLAT for 20 hours a day doesn't make sense. Even if you study for 5 hours a day, but with consistency and with true diligence, I think it's like you can just make it anywhere.
so we can say with CLAT 2.0, we have Devanshi 2.0,
Yes,
a new,
hopefully.
improved, refined version.
Yes, I think, yeah, I hope so. I'm a
It, it,
better
it is
version.
there. It is there. I've seen that.
Yes.
So Devanshi, all the best for your law school journey at NLS Bangalore, and may you make the best of it. and those 5 years are the fantastic years of your life. As I personally believe in, enjoying the institution that you're going, because there are a lot of learning opportunities there. And as you very correctly said, that one should go with an open mind, so that you can explore the opportunities, you can explore, actually utilize the platform that your college is going to give you. And I think that, the sky is the limit. As you've said, you wanted to work for United Nations, and maybe probably after 10-15 years, I would be meeting Devanshi Shukla working in some kind of UN
Fingers
organization. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. It's been a dream. So
So once again, congratulations to you and your
Thank
entire
you.
family.
thank
And
you.
I know they have been behind,
They're the most supportive lot.
Yes.
I mean, the most supportive, and like, I don't even have words to thank them. So
And they are equally proud of you. So I think, you have done them proud.
yeah.
So
I think
all the best
yeah.
and best of luck for
Thank
NLS
you so
Bangalore.
much. Thank you, ma'am.
So we also have with us Mrs. Vanna Shukla, Devanshi's mother. So welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
And
so much.
so how is the feeling? Devanshi has achieved so much in last 1 week. So how is the feeling?
Feeling is great. Lot of sense of pride and
Right.
lot of happiness. Can't put it in words actually. Can't put it in words. Yes.
Because-
very emotional also.
Right. Devanshi mentioned that you were the one who, gave her the strength or the courage that, if you have dreamt for something, then go for it.
Yes.
So you were the sole reason, or I would say the biggest support factor. जिसने देवांशी को support किया कि नहीं आप 1 साल और इसमें दो.
I knew her capabilities and somehow luck didn't favor her. So I didn't want her to have regrets later that she didn't try again. So she just told me that I'm not, I want to try again. And I said, okay, yes, go ahead. I'm there with you. That's it.
Yes, and I have known the kind of support system you, sir, and Yash have been to Devanshi in this last 1 year. And she has always mentioned that, and I also strongly feel it's the family support and the entire there should be an ecosystem that needs to be created around the student. Ultimately, the efforts and the hard work is Devanshi's,
Yes.
and probably
we just stood behind her and we just
Right.
supported her in whatever she wanted to do.
Mm.
And wherever she wanted to go, whatever she wanted to take. So I just stood with her. I mean, that's it. Because father was keeping busy, but then from there also he was always encouraging her. And
Right.
her brother was there, who's now in US. So I mean, the whole system, like the family was behind her, and now when she has the results, so it's a lot of happiness and she's made us proud. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. In fact, the entire family, and I have witnessed that. So I think, Devanshi, once again, congratulations for making it big, for making it to National Law School, Bangalore, which has always been your dream. As far as I know, from last 3 years, it was, single mind focus that I want to be in this Bangalore.
Yes.
And you have achieved that, and that's a great feat. So on that note, thank you for taking your time out and sharing couple of things about your journey. I'm sure which the future CLAT aspirants or future law aspirants would find it helpful and would learn from your journey.
Yes.
Thank you.
The pleasure
Thanks a
was
lot.
all.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
ma'am.
much.